Okay, hi. My name is Pika. I'm actually gonna do a quick story time. I don't know why I just felt the need to share this one. It's actually a story time when I basically almost lost myself and was almost risked it all for a boy when I was like 12 years old. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the summer before. Wait, what summer was it? Wait, hold on. Summer. This is the summer. It was wait, oof. This would happen at least 2012. So I had to be. It was like a summer before I went to eighth grade. I feel like. Yeah, it had to be a summer before I went to eighth grade. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah, sorry. It was a summer that I before I went to eighth grade. How I remember this is when I was really into Katy Perry. I was listening to Part of Me. She had just released that movie. I watched it in 3D, by the way. This is the part of me that you're never gonna ever take away from me now. And like all that shit. It was a good song. Anyways. But okay, let me tell you what his name was. His name was Chris. Alright. He was to me, he was fine. Literally, I'm telling you, I used to be a believer back then. He had the Justin Bieber swoop. Like I was hooked. He was cute. Tan skin. I believe he said he was like Italian and Puerto Rican. It turns out he lied a lot. He was actually he was a pathological liar. But mind you, he was 3 years older than me. He was 15. Had a huge crush on him. He lived like this when I was living with my mom. So obviously I was 12. I was a kid. Um, what was I gonna say? He lived across the street from me, but like I couldn't see the apartment because it was behind another apartment building. Excuse me. But he was always out. Like he lived with his uncle. His mom left. I found that out too. So yeah, he had a lot of issues. Like he was smoking weed and stuff like that. He was hanging around these little boys. These are Hispanic boys that lived across the street from me too. But I could actually see their apartment. It was like a diagonal thing. Um, but yeah, they hung out all the time and called each other brothers because they were like so close, right? But yeah, he was always out all the time. I could tell he was a really bad kid. He was always smoking weed. He was always doing bad things. The thing is, he always hung out at the pool. We had these two big, pools. It was public pools. It was an apartment building, apartment complex. Um, so I literally made every excuse to go to the pool. Um, like I literally made every excuse to go to the pool, right? Because I wanted to see him so bad. Like I wanted to be in the in crowd so bad, and it got to the point where I think he had like a crush on me back. Mind you, I'm still pretty, but as a 12-year-old girl, I'm fine. Okay, pretty. Okay, and this is when I straighten my hair a lot. Oh yeah, mind you, don't ever do that. Okay, heat damage. No, I learned the hard way. But my hair was like all the way down here as a 12-year-old girl. I would never do that again. Okay, I used to straighten my hair and like curl it every day and be cute. And I mean, it was cute, but the heat damage that I suffered, no. We do protective styles only now. But anyways, um, like I remember he would hang out with these grown men. Like he hung out with I don't know, like these grown men. I don't even know. I don't. Their names escape me because they weren't important to me. I just wanted to be around Chris. Every time I go to the pool, I'll be like, "Where's Chris?" or whatever, and then his friends would make fun of me because they knew I liked him. Here's the thing: I saw that he had a girlfriend, and I saw that she was skinny. Like she had a flat stomach. She had an athletic body. Like she did sports. I forgot which sport she did. but she had a little booty or whatever. And I am a black girl I've always been team little booty, okay, all my life. Um, and yes, that is squats included. Yes, I am saying it. So what I did was, when I tell you I tried to basically kill myself over this little boy, what I would do is I would work out every day. As a 12-year-old girl, having body image issues is terrible. Okay? Very terrible. When I tell you I literally did 40 squats every single day. Um, I did like 100 sit-ups, 100 crunches. Like, oh my God, I remember doing the most just for this boy to recognize me. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this. Ladies, don't ever do this. Like, please love yourself. Like, I don't know why I was so like I don't know why I was so insecure. Well, I mean, I do know why, because my family, my weight has always yo-yoed all my life. So, and my family's always made sure to let me know that, because they always body shamed me. So I was just very insecure little girl, and I was getting bullied at school, called fat, So, it was like a mixture of, everybody's hounding me about my body. So I feel like I had to work on it. But to have body image issues at 12 years old is terrible. I don't care who you are. It's very terrible. I don't care. Um, Sorry, but back to the story. So yeah, I found out he had a girlfriend. Her name was Chelsea. Very beautiful girl. And the boys that he hung out with loved her. Like, I don't know. But the reason why, so I found out they were dating for like 3 months, right? And I remember I was so jealous of her. I remember this. Like, I literally remember staring out my window, because they would always walk up and down they would go to the park and like walk up and down the sidewalk, which is right across the street from where I lived, where my mom lived. I would stare out the window every single day just to stare at him, because he was so fine to me. So fine. So fine. Okay. And he was such a bad boy, but I was just like at the point where I did not care. I don't know why. I had low standards for myself at 12 years old. Oof. Anyway, actually, at 12 years old, you shouldn't be worried about boys. Being realistic. But I used to be so jealous of her. Like, I would work out. I remember when I would see her body, I would like work out 10 times harder. Like, it was so terrible. And I found out, they were dating for 3 months, because there was this black girl that she would hang out with, like really young girl. Like, she would act like she was older. Like, she would be doing bad shit. Like, she was like 10, I think. She would be doing bad shit. Like, I think she was like 10, I think. But she was way younger than us. Be doing bad shit. And she told me the background story, because she was low key. She had a big mouth too. She was like, oh, well, they were dating for like 3 months, and he wanted to come over and fuck her, but she didn't let him because she was too young. And so, basically they broke up. That's what it was. And it's funny because there was one time in the pool where I'm pretty sure she knew that I was always like around her man. And the funny part is, what y'all don't understand is, and I don't know what was wrong with me back then. I don't know why I was so cool with being a side piece. I don't understand it. Because it literally, when I tell you, as soon as she would leave the pool, he would come over to me and start flirting with me. Like, in front of his friends. Like, he did not give a fuck. Like, he was a ladies man, because he knew he was cute. You feel me? Like, I'm telling you, Justin Bieber clone. Okay. And I remember one time he like put his hand down my, because I was wearing a swimsuit. Obviously, it's a swimming pool. He would put his hand down my swimsuit and touch my little kitty cat. Didn't finger me, nothing crazy. He just put his hand there and like left it there like that, like that. And I remember I tried to pull his pants down in the pool. We were nasty. We were nasty. I should not have been doing. I can admit this at 23 years old. Pika, that's not something you should have been doing. I don't care. For one, don't ever change yourself for a man. Two, don't ever be a side piece. Three, don't ever make it seem like you're easy to access. It's not a good look. Don't care how fine the man is. It's not a good look. I don't care. Anyways, back to the story. I remember, but yeah, one day in the pool, she was with her like little sisters or whatever, and I was like, I stayed away from Chris because she was there, and I remember her whispering to her little sister, but I was like sitting right next to them, like in the pool. We were just like standing in the water, and she was like, I literally will beat her ass. Like, she has no fucking clue. Like, I will literally, like, and I remember looking at her and she stopped talking. And she said, and I swam away. Swim away! Like in Finding Nemo, swim away! Like, it was, I knew, no, because, like, the sad part is, like, I was a side piece, and it's like, I was cool with it. That's how bad it was. So basically, whenever they broke up, she literally told me, she was like, it's funny because, like, me and Chelsea were like cool, started to be cool, because we both started seeing his ways. So what she told me, she was like, yeah, girl, he just wanted to fuck. Like, I don't want him. You can have him, sis. That's literally what she told me to my face. This was happening all when we were all in the pool. Chris was there. She heard him. And he had his friend that was like a grown man. I don't know why he was hanging out with grown men. He was doing like a lot of bad shit. But she was like, yeah, you can have him. And I remember looking at her, I was like, and I even told her, I forgot what I said. I don't know if I said, oh, I don't want him, or if I just didn't say anything at all. Because me and Chelsea ended up being cool, which is funny because I was like on his dick. Like, when I tell you, I would go to the pool and stay after hours, and the pool shut down at like 10, right? But we would try to stay till like 11 and whatnot. Like, I would do so much shit just to get near this boy and to impress him. And it's crazy. It's crazy because then it got to the point where he used to look for me at the pool because they broke up, so he wasn't worried about her no more. And then he'll be like, hey, where you going? Whenever I'll leave the pool, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm leaving. I think I got out of him. Like, I just got out of a crush on him because I started seeing how he was, and I'm thinking in my head, because I already told you guys the story of when I lost my virginity at 21, how, like, I just knew, if we did end up together, he wouldn't want to stick with me either because I was not going to give him the cookie. So I knew that wouldn't have worked out. But anyways, so but basically, to fast forward, he ended up moving away. His uncle and him like just packed their stuff and they ended up moving away. And I never saw him again. I looked him up on Facebook after that. Turns out he went to a school in Oklahoma. I'm not gonna name it because it's. I can. It's called Union. It's called Union School. It's a Union district in Oklahoma. If you live in Oklahoma, it's for the uppity kids that think it's like a high class school, but really it's ghetto. Like, I talked to people who went to Union. It's really ghetto. But anyway, um but yeah, that's the story of how I literally almost lost myself over a guy because I had such a crush on him. I was so willing to be a side piece, and I was like basically waiting for them to break up so he could notice me, which he already noticed me because he was already all up on me. It's just whenever she would leave the pool, that's when he would come to me. So, yeah. So basically, ladies, this whole story time is for me to say this to you. I'm looking at you. Have standards for yourself and love yourself. Please don't lose yourself over a crush, over a man, or even a girl. Yes, I am bisexual, and y'all already heard me in my other story times how I almost lost myself over a girl. So yeah, so as a Scorpio, I'm definitely a simp, a water sign. I'll definitely do anything for love, but not like how I used to. I love myself now. I have standards now, and I would never let myself be lost ever again. So yeah, if you like this story time, make sure to subscribe, like and comment, and bye.